Yes, yes. Now properly. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So today I am going to present regarding this drywall material, which we have extensively used around 8 lakh 5,000 square meter of drywall we have used so as to generate the COVID care facility. Before going to that material, I would like to brief you regarding this drywall material. I would like to say that during the March 2020, three things were targeted to us. One thing is the civil engineering civil hospital just adjacent to Gandhi Engineering College, having two buildings which they are core and cell structures. One building is called as a stem cell building and another one is called as a kidney building. The stem cell building is basement, ground plus 10-story building having a 4,000 square meters of floor plate. So altogether it is around 4 lakh square feet. The kidney building having a 2 basement, ground plus 8-story building, which is having around total 50,000 or 55,000 square meters of area. And so it is around 5,50,000 square feet. So all of a sudden, because of this pandemic condition and all other, the government authority as a principal consultant asked us to develop all these facilities for the COVID care. And you see, for developing a COVID care facility, it is something different than the regular commercial or residential projects. We have a core and shell structure. The core and shell structure means we have a RCC structural frame with column beam slabs, but no finishes, no flooring, no plastering, no other facilities which is required and which is mandatory for the hospital facilities. That is not available over there. And all of a sudden, it comes to us that for the stem cell building, let's have a 300 bed within 72 hours. The first target assigned to us. After completion of that project for 300 beds in 72 hours, the second task assigned to us is let's generate more 800 bedded facility over there in the stem cell building itself. And frankly speaking, I'm telling you, during those days, around 250 patients are there in the hospital itself under the treatment. And on the upper floors, that is from 5th floor to 10th floor, we are executing this work. You see, the medical healthcare facility having some essentials, and particularly considering the COVID care, the oxygen requirement is of utmost importance. With it, the ward, the ICUs, for the patients, those who are suffering from COVID, but having a problem with their kidney, so they require the dialysis facility also. With all that, dead body management is also a big issue for the government authorities. So we need to generate that cool rooms in the basement area for the dead body management. For all this, you see, the traditional material available to us is brick. If we think beyond the brick, then aerated blocks. But besides this, all this requires a specific curing time. It is always a time consuming, and so as to fulfill the target of having total 1,000 bed facility within 12 to 15 days. At that time, we with our team sit together and think about that what is the new age material now. And for that, we have selected this drywall. Simply speaking, drywall having a simple elements that are the vertical elements, then the horizontal elements, and the cladding elements. And with all that, we can manage the doors, the windows. We can separate out, we can isolate. We have a separation for the doctor's room or the change room, for the nurse's room, for the supporting staff room, and all. So we have selected this drywall material for the entire construction of around total altogether 1800 bed facilities over there. Now, considering the present scenario, if we see the massive urbanization of the country, growth of the city, migration from rural to suburb and suburb to the urban areas, and from suburbs to the metro cities. Population is also increasing. The survey says there is a shortage of more than 25 million houses in India. And another thing is the safe and stable building stock is decreasing because the changes in the codal provisions with the modification and alterations with the codal provision tender clauses, with the strict implementation of IS 456, 13920, 1893, and many more. So as to manage the metro cities having a growth of tall buildings erected with advanced technologies. And this advanced technology means for the cladding inside the building, they uses this kind of drywalls, the separators. It is having a tremendous potentiality. With a click, you can manage. And you see the readily available material. So it doesn't require even a more skilled labor also. So as to construct a brick masonry, a mason with a labor, a couple who can manage the mortar, transportation of brick to upper floors, to upper story is also a big issue, which we have observed. And so we have selected this drywall material. With it, the fire and the acoustic facilities, the fire resistant capacity, the acoustics also available with this drywalls. And it also gives the thermal insulation. So for the area, those who are managed with the HVAC, the air conditioning system, they have a thermal insulation also with these drywalls. It's a sustainable design. It reduces consumption of non-renewable resources. It minimizes the waste, creates productive environment also. Its initial cost is higher, but it can yield savings over time. With it, there is an environmental impact also that we have studied. Why applying this drywall? The traditional construction system, which consumes around 70% of fresh water, 25% of wood timber, 33% of CO2 emissions, 30 to 40% of energy used, and above all, 40 to 50% of raw materials is explored. So under these circumstances, we have decided that we are going with this drywall materials. Now I would like to share some of the photographs also, because we have executed it, so we know that how to execute, how to manage. The real-time photographs are there. The real-time photographs are there. For the stem cell building, if I present, sir. Yes, this is the core cell structure, what I was talking about. It's a RCC column and a beam. With a slab, but we doesn't have a flooring over there. We doesn't have any separation wall over there. These are the periphery wall available to us. So we have used this aerated block also, which is also a new age material, because for the toilet blocks and all other, there is a concealed lines, and so as to manage the issue of concealing the drainage and the plumbing lines, we have managed it with this aerated blocks. These plumbing lines and all others are executed during the progress and the process of the work. These are the floors on which we have used our traditional vitrified tiles for the execution. For the finishes and all other, we have used the gypsum plasters. Yes, this is drywall. What we have seen over there, these are the vertical members which fixed at the bottom on floor, fixed at the top, and having a secondary member over here, because this size of the seat available is 8 feet by 4 feet. So as to manage the fixity, we require this kind of fixing over there. We can fix the door also over there, and we have fixed it. And after doing all this, we have prepared a finished floor for the hospital block. This is waiting area, the large waiting area around 15 to 17,000 square feet at the bottom on ground floor. And you see the way and the manner in which we have worked now. This was the system adopted. One single drawing, one floor having 110 bed capacity on 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th floor. These plans were prepared, and on each drawing, for each of the issues, for each of the resolution, there is a markup over there on drawings, and which is signed by the all authorities, and it is get executed. For the electricals also, we have managed with the GI hot dip galvanized GI seats and all other. For the fire, for all hospital, the fire protection, the fire resistance is an issue, and so as to take care of that, we have a fire duct which is also managed with the drywalls as well as with the aerated blocks. So this is the row side on which we have executed. This is the photograph of one oxygen tank which is installed over there. I'm lucky enough to have 3 oxygen tanks, which is of 13,000 liter capacity for the civil hospital campus. The one campus having 3 tanks together, so as to take care of the COVID patients over there. This is the row framing. This is the row framing of the panels And on this panel, these calcium boards are fixed on both the sides. And then there is a plaster boards which are also fixed. Now the issue arises with us is how to manage with the oxygen lines, with the electricals, with the nurse calling system. Because if any patient requires any help from a medical authority or a on-floor doctor or a nurse, he need to call him. And so as to call, it requires a nursing calling system. So all the systems are also managed over here with this dry walls. Look, these are the medical gas pipelines, because each and every bed require oxygen, which is a high pressurized oxygen supply to each and every individual bed. You see, look, on each floor, number of activities are going on. The flooring, the plastering, the finishing, the whitewashing, that medical gas pipeline laying, electricals, all the things are going simultaneously. And in this way, we have prepared one ward. This is very raw photograph, and these are the insulators which are fixed in between, sandwich in between these boards, and it acts as acoustics, right? These are the fixing, just simply with the glue and all others. And these are the boards that readily available with the fixation by which you can manage your electricals, your or nursing qualifications and all other. Because for the operation of fan to the light to the tube lights and all other, it requires electrical line out and layout, and all is managed within this. And you see, these are the way how we manage it. On site, this kind of sketches were prepared, released to the executing agency, and they are executing it, and because of that, this 1800 bed facility is available for the Surat. So this is also one photograph, because we have worked. These are the real photograph. Nothing nothing is added over here. Nothing animated over here. These are all the raw photographs taken over there while visiting the site, while walking over there, and while supervising it. And you see, this panel is fixed from ground to the bottom of this beam. So it's a complete cladding over here. So these are the ward. This is the ward area. So with the medical authority, we have observed that okay, we require only 5 feet or 6 feet of height of separation is enough, because then we have a visibility. Because if any doctor or any medical authority, if passing through, can have a vision inside the ward also, so he can take care of it, right? These are the oxygen points, oxygen outlets, fixed with each bed, and they are positioned and fixed with this drywall panels itself over here. So with this drywall, you can manage each and everything what we conventionally required with our conventional system of brick masonry or aerated block masonry and all others. So this is another photograph of complete panel ready. And these are the just rough finishes you are observing. These are just the rough. Over it, we have applied simple waterproof putty. And then for the sterilization point of view, sanitization point of view, antibacterial paint, nothing else. And our ward is ready to serve. You see, if you see now that the length of the span is around 8 meter, and for that 8 meter also, it straight away works. That we have checked that lateral stability also, because basically I am a structural designer, so I was worried about the lateral stability. Longitudinal direction it is okay, but what about the another direction? In the lateral direction, we have checked it, and if required, we have suggested some of the solutions and suggestion like this. Just have we structural engineers understand that what is vertical band is. Okay, so these are the vertical elements. If the length is around 8 meter now, that in center, this 150 mm to 200 mm width, right? These are the things we have provided, which provided a lateral stability. If it's a column to column connected, but if it is column to free end, then at end also we have suggested that similar kind of vertical bands which are made of that framing GI element. Look this. This is free end. This is entrance to the ward. So we have provided over here in both the direction. In both the direction. So lateral stability is achieved. Over here with column, it is fixed. On floor, it is fixed with the flooring. Okay. And vertical tile members are also there. But this gives the lateral stability to the elements. These are the finishes we have achieved. And you see, with it, these are the fire hydrant. Everything is there on site. I'm telling you, as we are working now, lot of things are going on together. The fire hydrants are there, and then these furnitures are also fixed over there. This is also oxygen outlet. The furnitures are also laid because we have procured that material, but how to stock it? So we have procured it, we have stocked it on the existing floor itself, where work is going on, and it continues. This is the stem cell building, which is basement, ground plus 10-story building. And this is also the tower crane we have used, because on terrace, for the fire requirement, we require around 240,000 liter of overhead tank. And to construct with the traditional RCC, it is difficult for us. So we have procured a 10,000, 20,000 liters capacity of PVC tanks, and we have just put it on the terrace. This is one of the another important. I think I'm sharing much more integral parts of the medical hospital. This is manifold, where the oxygen supply is controlled with the valves, with the control valves, with the floor valves. It is connected with the 30,000 liter tank which is installed on site. So these are the but for all this, as and when we require, we have managed with the aerated wall, but as with the dry walls, we have executed. So this way, these oxygen lines are executed on site. And this is the little bit final finishes of a ward. That with a drywall, a putty finish, and over it the antibacterial paint is applied. These are the plumbing lines which we have managed with the aerated blocks over there. For the electricals, the floor panels are installed. This way, the ward is ready for us to serve. And simultaneously, if as and when that furnitures are available to us now, we have started dumping it, we have started managing it, positioning it. So this way, the ward is ready to show. This is the typical photograph of one ICU ward, which is having a capacity of 40 beds per ward, and having all the required furniture so as to serve the COVID patients over there. This is a twin bed, a patient in isolation. For all the floors, we have managed with water coolers, RO plants, because for the dialysis, we require RO. So RO plants are also installed at each floor This is the photograph of fire pumps installed, and this is the tank which is positioned connected with the hospital and which has served the. This is what this is the photograph of oxygen control room manifold, in which compressors are there, the pipings are there, pipelines are there, and in between there is a shortage with the blood, so blood donation camps were also arranged, and this is the completed that manifold room which supplies the medical gases to the whole hospital to serve the patients. So सिलेक्ट करिए हमें कोई अपने पीपीटी पे जगह दी है Same way, Dasan, can you see this screen also?
No, sir. No.
No.
No, sir.
Now it is?
No, no. No, sir. Still
No,
not
sir.
visible.
Still visible.
This is visible now?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, now visible.
Now visible. So this is a kidney building which we have executed, having 800 bed facilities. The time limit given was for 45 days. And you see, for this building, we doesn't have a single liter of water available to us, single ampere of electricity not available to us, and the proposed bed capacity 800. It's a mandatory requirement because that condition get worsened in the month of April, May and June, July. So during this session, we have started this kidney hospital. We have actually managed with agencies, those who are government agencies, and all these R&D contractors who are of class A category were there with us, and they have worked with us. I think this is stem cell. स्टेम सेल चाहिए So this is another building we have, having a kidney building, the similar condition we have over there. You see that construction of medical room to the substation to the transformer yard with underground tank of around 7.5 lakh capacity. Nothing is over there. No overhead tank over there. So The similar way, what we have experienced with the stem cell, we have executed this building also with the dry walls. So during those 2.5 month of period, we have a 1800 bed facility, and because of this dry wall, it was possible. These are some raw photographs. Actually, these presentations were prepared at that time when we are submitting our submission to the government authorities regarding this progress of the work and all other. So during those days, these things were prepared. So these all are the original photographs. Okay. The unfinished RCC work is also there. The unfinished expansion joint work is also there. And everything gets managed, executed. Yes, here again, these dry walls were executed, constructed on site, on different floor, because this building having a 8 floors, ground plus 8 floors, and all requires all facilities. So everything is managed with these dry walls. So again we go to this original one. अच्छा नहीं है हाँ So this way, in 45 days, this Kildi building was constructed. The work was also monitored with simple Excel sheets that day by day progress, and the remaining work for a day or for the upcoming days were exercised on site itself, because we doesn't have any specific tool available to us. And you see, this is the building which is handed over by government of Gujarat to executive work. Many of you, those who are passing through this ring road flyover, may have seen this building from backside. And one can see that now this building is under operation for the stem cell, and it is functional. And one more thing that I would like to share with you is, you see, by spending around 130 crores of rupees for this project, after this pandemic condition of COVID is over, then we have not wasted even a single penny. With the 5% or 10% of adding more money, we can use this building for the any damn healthcare facility, because the infrastructure required related to electrical, the plumbing, the water supply, and all other is exercised in such a way that if it becomes a full-fledged hospital, government hospital, then that infrastructure should be sufficient enough, and it is planned and managed in such a way that this exercise does not anything should not go as a waste. So the west side lift installation, the east side lift installations, these are the some of the photographs of the first floor. Distempering work is going on, flooring work is in progress. Distempering work, this is for the second floor, this is the third floor, this is for the fourth floor, fifth floor, sixth floor, and many more. That underground sump was really a challenge for us, because for the underground sump, we need to exercise with the traditional RCC only, because it's a permanent structure. So 7,50,000 liter capacity of underground tank was planned, designed and executed with around 2.5 lakh liter capacity for the fire, and 5 lakh liter capacity for the domestic supply of the for the hospital. And in this kidney hospital also, the medical gas lines were also installed at each and every floor. These are the some photographs of the actual execution over there. The toilet blocks not available, the floorings are not there, antibacterial paints were applied over it. And this is the photograph of a underground UG tank, which is executed. And you see because of monsoon and all other, there are a lot of other hindrances also. We don't have even a medical gas line, gas pipeline supply control room that we call it a MGPS building, which is not available, which was also constructed over there on the rear side. And one can move through that ring road, can see all these structures standing over there, and they all are functional now. On periphery, there is no service road available, so concrete roads are also executed on site. Some exterior weather paint applied on front part. On you see on the left hand side, that is toward the Gandhi Engineering College side. That is you can see on the view. And this is the front elevation work. These are the dry gypsum wall work. The building required to cover a specific open to sky area also. So dome was covered with a truss. And this is the building for substation. Substation not available, so as to install a 1500 kilowatt of electrical facility which is required for the kidney building, just adjacent to the Childo building, that substation building also exercise over there. Fire risers, fire hydrants, everything executed. So these all photographs are of ongoing works over there at that time, one and a half year back. These are the overhead tanks, PVC overhead tanks of 20,000 liter capacity each installed over there. And after completion, this was the image of the building which we are trying to achieve. So this way we have started and we have executed this to the Surat. Now we have already discussed that these are the traditional thing: concrete, sand, cement, brick, aerated block, cement, concrete blocks, which are available, which is having a very high embodied energy in current construction material. Construction process is very slow, wastes lots of water and is messy, and building codes needs to evolve each and every time. So we have decided to go with those aerated blocks. Now, with this drywall, it fulfills the future construction needs. Recyclable material with lower embodied energy. Look, if we dismantle or demolish any of the RCC or a brick masonry, what we have? Just the scrap value, nothing else. Whereas this drywall material, what we have used, we can reuse it also by separating out the all fixing and all studs and all other. We can reuse it also. It conserves the precious water, savings in foundation and structural cost because it's a lightweight material. You see, with the in comparison to the brick masonry, the density of aerated block is 1/3, more or less. Whereas the density of this aerated block material, this drywall material, is around 150 kg per cubic meter. So it's a lightweight material, faster construction process, which much lower labor cost. And consistency of material quality also available because these are the factory made, trailer made material available for the execution. So we can execute it with a good workmanship, even with the unskilled laborers also. And for the selection of criteria, these are the certain criteria what we have observed, that it gives us acoustic privacy, passive fire resistance, life safety, because I myself has checked it with a fire gun which we are using for the welding of copper pipes. That we are happy with that fire resistant capacity. What we have found, it has a strength. Structurally, it is moldable to some extent. So we are in a position to manage with our wards, with our doctor's room, with our change room, with the nurses' room, for the medical and the paramedical staff's restroom area, everything, even for the wet area also. And it is flexible material, and it gives me a high quality of interior finishes. You see, and it allows me to manage all my service lines within that panel. So this is drywall. This is drywall. Lightweight partition system, chip steel GI framework, having studs, floor and ceiling channels, gyprock plasterboards, fixed to framework using self-tapping screws, finished with a jointing compound and pepper tap for a monolithic finish. And nowadays, it's a commonly used walling solution worldwide. Drywall using plasterboard and stuff framework. These are the gypwall classic, gypwall fire, gypwall hydro, the gypwall robust. These are the market name. And this gypwall classic, which is recommended for the office partitions. Gypwall fire having a 2 to 4 hours of fire rating, and recommended for fire rated compartments. This gypwall hydro, which is recommended for the wet area applications like bathrooms and pantries. This is gyprock robust, which is recommended for the heavy traffic areas like corridors, industrial and partitions. These are certain benefits of the drywall. 8 to 10 times lighter than the masonry system, as I told you earlier. Speed of installation 3 to 4 times faster than a masonry. It has a aesthetic appeal, gives excellent performance. That I have studied, that I have observed, that we have executed. It's a clean and dust-free work environment. So it's a dry construction where water is not used, not utilized anywhere over here. It has a flexibility in creating and dividing spaces according to our need. The system enables us all internal area of your home or commercial areas. It has a versatility. It's an environment friendly. It's a green product which is recyclable, and it's because gypsum is used, which is recyclable. Okay, so it's an environment friendly element too. And these are the some comparison, drywall versus the traditional construction. Weight average comparison is there. Device with the one skilled worker and one helper, how we can see the comparative of it. And it is an acoustic facility which gives acoustic privacy, cavity construction, mass spring mass, high sound insulations, right? So considering all those aspects during those 45 days, we are in a position to deliver a 1800 bed facility to Surat. Fire related plasterboard provides good fire protection due to the unique behavior of gypsum when exposed to fire. Gypsum is composed of 21% chemically combined water and 79% calcium sulfate, which is inert below a temperature 1200 degrees centigrade, which normally not happens. In the case of fire only, it is. It absorbs the heat and gradually releases water vapor. Plasterboard drywalls can give from 120 to 240 minutes of fire resistance, which is a mandatory requirement as per the code provisions also for the hospital buildings. And that's why we have selected this drywall material. It is tested with the laboratory, with all scientific data and analysis, crowd pressure, light and heavy body impact, door slam, anchorage. It is tested material. The only thing is, these drywalls are non-load bearing because it's a lightweight material. So you cannot transfer the load with the walling system. It can be constructed for design height up to 13 meter also, 13 meter plus also with this vertical framing. You can design it, you can plan it, you can execute it. Whereas simultaneously for the brick walls also, we require a horizontal bends, we require a vertical bends and all other straight away. So overall, considering the time frame available to us, the drywall is the only solution which we have executed in wet area. You see, look, this flush tank for the toilet also managed over here. This vanity can be prepared. This WC water closet can be exercised. And the thing is, for the finishes, tiles or marble, yes, you can fix it with it, right? And for the finishes, this gyp wall can be finished using simple 3 steps of joining and finishing using formulated jointing compound and paper tape. High level of finishing is achievable as plasterboard have paper lines suitable for any surface decoration. Paint, stone, marble, tiles, wallpaper, paneling, anything we can apply over it, and we have a desired finish as per our architectural and aesthetic demands. As we have discussed earlier, it's a green material, ensure that the system used in construction contributes towards energy and atmosphere. Products used have low embodied energy. System provides high thermal insulation. Material and resources. It's a recycled content, can be recycled. Regional materials, healthy and productive environment. As it gives us the dust-free environment. And these are the simple fixtures. These are the simple fixtures. These are the anchors, heavy duty anchors as well as the light duty anchors. These heavy duty anchors are used to fix the framing with the floor or with the ceiling. These light duty anchors are used for the fixing of the panels with the vertical struts which are provided over there. And these are the thing happening. These are the simplest way. No more technical skill is also required. So this is drywall boarding finishing. We have seen with this our building also, the services in conventional system. The same thing is managed over here with this drywall. We have seen our electrical installations, the ELV system, the medical gas pipelines and all others are managed within that wall itself. So if we just compare with the conventional construction and with the modern construction system, this gyp wall gives us the better results, and it's a faster construction. This is the framing, which is shown in the, with that photographs also in actual executed. These are the service lines. These are the insulations. This is the board jointing and their finishings. It can be used for the residential hostels, hospitals, industrial, infrastructure, educational. So institution buildings also we can. Yes, you have already seen all these photographs that we have executed it with our kidney as well as stem cell building, so as to generate that COVID facilities. And these are some final finishes of the stem cell hospital building photos. These are the photos of the kidney hospital buildings. Thank you. Shukriya. Sudarshan? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think this stuff is sufficient enough from my side. Now, if any questions now, then let ask.
Okay, sir. So I invite participants, anyone if want to ask a question, they can unmute and ask sir directly.
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Sir, what is the approximate cost of this type of material?
It costing you around 2,200 rupees per square meter.
2,200.
Yeah. So conventionally,
Oh.
the initial capital cost is higher, but for the fastest construction, because you see, look, if you consider right now this brick masonry is available, brick is available at around 7,000 to 8,000 rupees per 1,000 numbers,
Okay.
right? And for the 230 mm thick masonry,
Yes, sir.
it is also an expensive one, right?
Yes, sir.
So with the increase in the
Okay.
cost of our traditional material also, if we compare the other facilities available with the execution and for the fastest construction or all other.
Yes, sir.
I think, in my opinion, it is one of the better option right now available.
Okay. And sir, is it locally available material or not?
Yeah, local vendors are also over here in Surat, in all the major cities and all other. And one can search on Google, and number of suppliers are available for the these drywalls. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Participants are requested to ask the question if you have any kind of doubt or any other question related to the site, related to the project. So the platform is open for you.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
So, see, I think as you said that these contractors were available because the work was going on, or what was it? You tendered it, or what did you do? Because the whole system must have been changed. Earlier plants were with normal conventional partitions and other things or whatever.
You see, under this pandemic condition, certain decisions were taken by the top higher authorities, because you see, with the government tenders and all other, it takes time.
Yeah, that is what.
Okay. Normally, if you go with the tender now, then it takes around minimum 1 month to publish a tender, then on the N-Procure website, and then that comparing and all others. So instead of that, the simple solution provided by the government authority is, let call the top contractors of class AA or class AA category,
Yeah.
and simply just showing them just showcasing them the requirement, and just showing them the approximate quantity of it.